still showing up, man. It's impressive. Impressive. What do you get? Us and USC?
I was over at the SC game.
No NBA?
No, just SC.
Okay.
But that's a lot of teams. You got football, women's basketball.
Oh, you have to win both. So, right now you're on 4 teams.
6 if you include football.
Oh yeah. Well, they're not playing.
So obviously a great game the other night. Do you feel like I don't know how you feel about the snowball effect, particularly with guys like Donovan and Xavier who had kind of breakthroughs, so to speak. Do you feel like that's something that they can build off of?
You would hope so, but I'm not a big believer in that. You know, one game doesn't beget the next. Find out Saturday. You know, I think that you have to prove consistency, whether it's individuals or a team. And we have to prove that we can consistently compete with the best teams and be one of the best teams. So we still got a lot to prove. That's how I look at it. But yeah, I mean, you would hope that you can use what happened the other night as a springboard, not only for your team, but for some individuals.
Philosophical question for you. Maybe it's not the best time given that guys responded to the challenge so well the other night, but do you think all the money that's involved with the players now impacts their like level of caring about, you know, getting mad after losses, or like, you know, being committed to improving the way it did before the money factor came into college sports?
I think, in your question, I think that, you know, how much does the money affect these kids? I think money affects everybody, and you're more apt and equipped to deal with it better the older you are in life. But I think money affects everybody. So I think what you're getting at, does it take away some of the incentives or the however you want to say it, the drive to get better, to chase your dream. You know, not to go Nick Saban and you know, with all the sayings, but you know, getting comfortable is the worst thing you can do when you're trying to achieve something. Well, money brings comfort. You know, so it's tough. I mean, you know, it used to be when guys made the NBA, they had to go through these things, those younger guys. And the NBA friends of mine all said, you know, how much is the money going to affect them? Like, that's the art of who do you draft. I remember my friend Neil O'Shea saying, with a high pick, and he took Damian Lillard years ago, he's like, you know, I got to give somebody the keys to the car. And you know, who's going to really want to build up the organization, or who's just going to take the money? So it's tough. I mean, you know, so yeah, I think it, but like in life, it affects everybody differently.
And piggybacking off of that, I remember vividly your first year in Maui after the Michigan State game, you said losing can never be accepted.
Never.
Have you seen that kind of, you know, in the locker room post-game change in the NIL era more, the guys, you know?
Not in our locker room, because I won't allow it.
Okay.
I think, you know, that now that I've been around a while, I get asked advice, and I tell guys, you have to be, in this era, everybody has their convictions about building a program and what the, you know, the things you need to be about. You just have to defend them a lot harder nowadays and be even more convicted about them, because they're being challenged more. They're being challenged more from the outside. So you have to be even more convicted about it. So no, that anything I can control won't change. It's just a lot more, you know, it's a confusing era for these kids. You know, it's no different than, and I don't want to pick on anybody, but you know, former number 1 draft picks at age 19 that went to the NBA and got lost. You know, is the money a problem? You know, the distractions. It's now a part of our game. You know, and imagine a player. Try being a player nowadays where you get a good contract, you're playing college sports, and you're dealing with the fact that your family wants your money. You know, you got a brother begging you to pay all his bills. Say an older brother, 28 years old, giving you his problems and his song and dance. Like, those are things for adults to have to deal with that now kids are having to deal with. So yeah, there's so much that goes with it.
And how much do you, I don't mean to hog the whole thing here, how much do you talk to the guys about that? I remember you were talking to Nick Kobe, you just had a kid and you advised him about the 529 and the life insurance.
Yeah.
How much do you do that with these guys about, like, you know,
Oh yeah, no,
financial stuff?
we have Roth IRA explanations and things of that nature, and you know, I give them examples. You know, I don't want to hear about you investing in property. You don't know anything about property. You know, what the hell you know about property? You know, savings account, S&P fund, it's enough. You know, the more people touch your money, the more they're going to take it. So yeah, we talk about all that stuff. But unfortunately, it's more complicated than that, the things that they go through with other people, you know. So there's just a lot of confusion it brings. It's just another layer of our job.
Coach, I'm not sure if you're on social media, but
I don't read it, no.
Okay, did you feel like your comments about the schedule were misconstrued in any way?
I wouldn't know.
Okay.
Misconstrued by you?
No, I just like was reading people's comments.
I just stated a fact.
Okay.
Isn't it a fact? Didn't we play
That's why I'm asking if they're misconstrued because it was
misconstrued by who?
By fans.
Get it?
and whatnot.
Give me a name.
I don't know, people in the comments section.
No,
They don't have
unlike
names.
some NBA guys worth $500 million, I don't read any of that. Nor would I care if you told me.
I was
care
just
less.
curious.
Yeah. No, I got better things to do with my time than read stuff like that. Look, everybody, you say something, there's always going to be somebody that understands or somebody that misunderstands. Why would you worry about that?
The way you guys collectively defended the paint, right? It wasn't just Booker, but you also had Donovan, even Eric Freeney getting in there.
The key to winning the game and holding and defending any team, especially the best offensive team in the country, you can't give them easy baskets.
Yep.
You know, now look, Fletcher Lawyer missed some open shots, but Cox hit some tough shots. You know, Donnie missed 2 right-hand layups, you know, close, but then he made 2 tough shots. So I think the key is taking away the layups, the dunks around the rim, you know, that they get. They break you down so well. That was the key to stopping them, or you know, containing them to an extent.
Yeah, and I was going to say, because also, you know, looking at Northwestern's last game, 44 points in the paint. I mean, how much more emphasis does that become?
And then tack on their free throws. See, if you give up 50 or more on points in the paint combined, points in the paint and free throws, made free throws, you can't win. It's literally almost impossible to win. So they got 44 on USC and they made more than 10 free. You can't win.
Yeah.
Martinelli, heck of a player.
Unbelievable.
He's got that.
Now he's making the 3 at a high clip. And he went from 32 to 52 or something.
Yeah. But I mean, you're watching, he's got kind of that funky shot.
Yeah.
You're like, how is this guy so effective?
Guy shoots a
right?
jump shot at the free throw line.
Yeah.
You saw that
You
the
got to
other
kind
night.
of admire that, right? I mean,
I just, you know, he's guys like Martinelli. He's been at one school for, you know, that long, done it the right way. You got tremendous respect for him, and has developed his game. You know, he's gained 20-something pounds over his career. Huge respect for him. I mean, I think was he leading scorer in the Big Ten last year and this year. How many guys do that? Glenn Robinson? Seriously, how many guys have led the Big Ten in scoring 2 years in a row? I don't know. Let's ask the internet and see.
See, you should
what
have an
they
answer for
think.
that one.
Yeah, they got an answer. You know, they got an answer for everything. I do like funny stuff though. You know, on it. Yeah,
It was pretty funny looking at what people were saying. They were
No, I
getting
don't care what people are saying. I mean, like the funny stuff.
Well, one thing you might have seen was there was a meme about Donovan with the Undertaker.
No,
You didn't see that one? Okay.
no, I'm more interested in dogs yelling across the pond at each other. Tony and Ezekiel.
Okay, that's good.
you got any trash talk texts from your sister yet? Because you guys.
Oh no,
This
no.
is
My sister, you gotta understand. You asked about the snowball effect.
Yeah.
I know I can. I need to call Chris Collins today and ask him. You're a little happy you're here.
Yeah, I was at the game the other night. He said it was a -11 when they got off the plane and 72 here.
Well, I have to fly. My daughter's been back at American, but my stepson, Miami, Ohio, starts classes Monday, so he has to fly back tonight to get there before the snowstorm. So he's all distraught. So I had to move his flight. And he said the opposite. He's going from 70 to 0. Yeah. So, yeah, my dad's crying the blues. So you guys choose to live there, you know. And then it'll stop being cold, and it'll rain a whole till the end of June. So, you know.
Coach, you talked about getting your team to fight on defense this year.
Yeah.
Or it's been a fight to get your team to play better defense this year. What are the strides you've seen recently on defense?
We're trying to play better team defense, trying to play with more conviction and passion defensively. You can't play, the defense is massively impacted by effort because it's physical. You have to fight through screens. You have to run around. You have to think while you're doing it. He can't shoot. Ben can shoot. Stuff like that. So it's very much an effort-related thing, defense. I've always said, people have always asked me, like, well, how do you get your teams to play so hard on defense? And, well, try to recruit guys that want to win. So if you want to win, you're smart enough to know you kind of got to stop the other team. But nowadays, you got every player on your team's got an agent telling them you got to get your numbers so you can get more money in the portal. So, hence another layer to our job.
With Xavier Booker, he didn't play a ton of minutes against Ohio State, comes back and plays, I think, 34
Proud
against
of
Purdue. And specifically on defense, what have you seen with his effort?
He had a couple really good practices, and I thought Purdue, we needed his length against Purdue. In particular, I thought he did what I asked. Other than once he let Braden Smith shoot the 3 on him, I asked him to force Braden Smith left, and he did it.
On the last possession?
Well, he did it a couple times.
Okay, cool.
He just got no help. The times once Braden laid it in, but Xavier did his job. The rotation guy did. Trent did a great job. Trent won the game by making the rotation we worked on. Eric cracked down with great effort to get a deflection, and that's what we wanted to get back to effort. But Xavier. One thing you guys don't know about me, like I don't give up on guys. I make it frustrating. If the guy don't give up on himself, I won't give up on him.
Kind of piggybacking off that, I wanted to talk about the minutes. Obviously, no Sky Clark, but all the starters played 30+ minutes. How do you think they weathered that? And how,
They're tired. So we've had to. We're off Wednesday, shortened practice yesterday and today. Guys, because you understand that's not Sky's first game he's missed. And I alluded to it. I don't know if it was with you guys, but with Josh Lowen in the post game. Trent's gone from playing 20 minutes to 40. So you got to be mindful of that in our preparation. I just thought it was one of those games. I didn't really want to take him and Donnie out. Like they both played 38. You look down and Smith does it every game. That's why I call him Superman. So it wasn't Sky's first game. That we've been since halftime of the Iowa game. He's been out. So it's 5 games really.
You expect to see him back against Northwestern?
I'd put him on highly questionable. It's kind of like me.
That sounds better than.
Let's ask your followers, see what they think.
What did you say?
Highly questionable sounds better than doubtful.
No.
Yeah,
Not the same.
that's about the same. I'd say.
Coach, how do you approach?
I'm probably more apt to read his comments on the social media.
How do you approach the next stretch of games, having 5 of them at home?
Yeah, I don't even know that. In fact, Chrissy, we were at dinner last night. You been to Matu?
What is it?
Matu Kai? Big time. We took it's Carson leaving, but going back to school anyway. she asked when we were leaving for Oregon. I said, when we play. I really I don't know. So I guess we play Oregon, and then we have a bunch of home games after that. You see how locked in I am? I mean, I would say I give you this. If you want to finish high in the league, you better win them at home. You go back, look when Ben Howland built Pitt's program, when he rebuilt Pitt, they never lost at home. When Mike Bray was great at Notre Dame, they never lost at home. And you can just take this over and over. You got to win at home. You better win at home, especially in really good conferences. It's tough to win on the road, man.
And then,
It's really tough.
what do you think about the way Eric Freeney is kind of taking advantage of some of the minutes he's got?
He's trying. One thing Eric Freeney will give you is physicality and fight. You know, he's a freshman. He's out there at times. He might be in the wrong spot or whatever, but he's never, ever going to lack for giving effort. That's why I signed him. All right, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.